In continuation with yesterday's class, let us go for more print statements. Okay, continuation of print statements. Okay, so we know the shortcut system.out.println. So what is the shortcut for typing main method in IntelliJ? Type main followed by enter key. In Eclipse, type main followed by control plus space. Is this clear? Any doubts so far? Is this clear, everyone? Any doubts? Okay. Any doubts, guys? All good?
Yeah, yes.
If everyone is clear, can we go at the next point?
Yes, Ram.
Okay. And say the sum of numbers is okay. So here the plus symbol is used as the joining operator between a number and a string. Here in this case, if you see here, I'm using the plus symbol to join the number and the string operation. So what will be the total value here after we perform the arithmetic operation? What will be the total value, guys? Any guesses? What will be the value of this? Yesterday we have discussed the Bodmas rule.
Minus 470.
Right. So what is the complete answer? What is the complete answer, guys?
The sum of number is
Mm.
minus 470.
Mm-hmm. So what will be the answer, guys? Can anyone tell me what will be the answer?
So the second statement will print on the same line on the println output.
Okay, so it will print on a different line. It will not print on the same line. It will print on a different line.
Okay.
So what will be the output here?
Will print on the same line, that new data in making, and then the
No, why
value.
it will print on the same line? Like previously also it should print on the same line, right?
Because a println will go for the next cursor, means new data in making in the second line. It will be on the same line. When it is println, that time it will go for the next line. So as
Okay.
of now, new data in making, and then the value of the third statement. Yeah.
Okay,
The
fine.
cursor will wait on the same line.
Cursor will be in the same line you're saying. Okay. So what you said is right. Let me keep the statements in a more crystal way. Prints the data onto the console. So what does the system loader println do? Prints the data onto the console and moves the cursor to the next line. That is the difference between println and print. So what we are doing here we print the data onto the console. What happened to this print, why it is printing in the next line is that here, after I enter the data, the cursor is moving to the next line. Clear? Any doubts, guys? How the cursor is moving to the next line? Any doubts so far? Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Any doubts? All good?
Yeah, good.
We'll go ahead with the next one, guys. Okay. What is the answer here?
Rahul, your voice is breaking.
Now I'm audible. Now can you try telling me the answer of this program?
This will also print on the same line,
Okay.
and cursor will wait at the end.
It will be in the next. The cursor will
Next
be in
Next,
the
line.
next line. Right.
new data in making. 40 minus 58 plus 3. What is the arithmetic value? It will take the arithmetic value and arithmetic operations perform. Now, the statement looks very, very clumsy here. It's looking very crowded here. So what I will do is, I will say /t. When I say /t is an escape character which moves the cursor to the next tab position. What do you mean by next tab? Suppose if your cursor is here, the moment I press the tab key, it will take an extra tab space. I hope everyone understand what do you mean by next tab position. The moment I press the tab keyboard, it will go to the next tab position. Clear? Any doubt so far, guys? All good? Is this clear, everyone? Any doubt so far?
Yes.
Yes.
So if everyone is clear, we'll go with the next one.
Yeah, clear. No doubts.
Clear, Rahul.
So I use /n here. /n means /n is the escape character which moves the cursor to the next line. Suppose if someone asks you, can you try to move the cursor to the next line without using any println statement? Yes, we can use this /n as an escape character which moves the cursor to the next line. Now the output will change completely. Now if you see the output, now you're able to see the change in output. Well, not much, but what I will do is, but it throws a compilation error. If I use /n before any arithmetic operation, it will throw a compilation error. Got it? Any escape characters shall be used. Any escape character shall be used after any arithmetic operation only. Remember this thing. Any escape characters during an arithmetic operation shall be used at the end of the statement. not at the start of the statement. Not at the start of the statement. Is this clear? I mean, this might sound very silly to you guys, but these are some beginner's mistakes that we all make. So that's the reason.
So even though if it's not the arithmetic operation,
If it's a string, it's fine.
yeah.
Clear? Now, there is one more concept called as system.err.println. Basically, it is used for printing the error messages. Okay. So if I run this program now, what will be the output? Printing the error message. It will be printed in red color. Got it? Data will be printed on the console in red color. Clear? Instead of normal regular println, this system.err.println is used when we are performing any when you want to print any error messages. Clear? Any doubts so far? Is this clear, everyone? All good?
So this is like the actual error message will print, or like whatever we have
Whatever
provided.
error message you put it here, it will print the error message, just to differentiate between the normal print message versus the error message.
Color change.
Color change will be there, and it will be more significant, stating that okay, this is an error message.
Okay.
Clear? Any doubts so far? All good?
If any syntax error and warning, so how to fix that? Can you show that?
It's all about like understanding the error message at that moment only. Someone who asked me, but right now we got a syntax issue. So what we have understood here, any escape characters during an arithmetic operation shall not be used at the end of the operation. So basically for syntax errors or compilation errors, you need to know, you need to understand how how that particular statement works. So during the practice only, you'll have to understand the statements better.
Okay, got it.
There's no like a compiled documentation like how to fix any compilation issues. Over the flow, you will see some compilation issues, and you will know when to fix it. Okay.
So
Or
while
during
usually while practicing, we'll face that issue, right?
yeah,
That-
when you can get back to me and ask the resolutions, I'll tell you that time. That would be easy. When you make a mistake and when you ask me to help me out, that way you'll remember the failures quickly, rather than me telling you all the time. Right? You understood my point?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, during practice, if you face any challenges or any issues, you just keep me posted. I'll help you resolve those issues. That way we can learn better. Okay.
Okay. Rahul.
So once I've done this activity, then system.println. Now, what will be the output? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone try predicting it?
It's a CB10.
I think error, it will give the error.
Give the error. Okay. Not give an error. In fact, this system.out.println message will be printed first, followed by the system.out.println. That means what? Even though the statements are written before out.println, they will be printed at the last on the console. So that is the beauty of system.out.println. all the error messages will be printed after executing all the println statements. It will not print before any println statement. After every out.println statements are executed, then only this err.println message will be executed. I hope this is clear, everyone. It will not be executed like in a sequential order, like how we write the code here. It will not be executed in the same sequential order. It will be executed as per some algorithm defined by the Java. That is what all the out.println statements should be executed first inside the compiler, followed by err.println. Is this clear, everyone? The pattern how Java understands?
Yes, Rahul.
Any doubts so far? All good?
No doubts.
So this is also a valid output only because what did we tell you? What did we discuss at the start? You can use a plus symbol to combine an integer, number and a string. The same thing I've done here, combining a number and a string. Clear? Any doubts, guys, so far?
Yes, clear.
What is the shortcut for typing system.out.println? Okay, this is a shortcut. In IntelliJ, we use serr. Clear? The different shortcuts for different compilers. So what is the output here? Can anyone tell me how the program will be executed?
So the second error message will be printed after the first error message.
Sorry. Sorry, you're saying something. Can you tell me?
Yeah, the second error message will be printed after the first error message, printing the error message. It print both error messages.
Yeah, so it will print
At
both
the
error
last.
messages. First, it will print printing the error messages. First, it will print the error message that is present at line 27. Then it will print the error message that is present at line 34. So when it is the time to compile all the error messages, it will print in the order. Like first, suppose this is the first error message, it will print the first error message. Then this is coming at the later point of time, it will print at the last. Is this clear? All good?
Yes, clear.
Any doubts so far? Oh, it's clear, right? Yeah. Now, if everyone is clear.
Yes, Rahul.
So now we understand what is system.out.println, what is system.out.print, what is system.err.println, right? Then there is one more statement called as system.out.printf. What is this printf? Numbers generated are %d and %d. Like for suppose you don't know where to put a plus symbol like this directly. For suppose if you don't know where to put a plus symbol in the middle of the operations, you forgot how to put a plus symbol as a joining operator. So there's another statement called as system.printf where I'll say numbers generated are %d and %d. Here, %d represents an integer value. So when I say it represents an integer value, I can pass two integer values here. Got it? You can pass n number of integer values, that is not a problem here. But what this %d will do, This 40, whatever is there, will go to the first D. This 50, whatever is there, it will go to the second percentage D. Is this clear? Any doubts so far?
Then what about third number, Rahul?
Third number will be ignored because this is never in the equation, right? So what is the beauty of this printf statements is no matter how many integers you pass, ultimately you take only the first two integers. Clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Then, like, what would be the symbol? It's like 40 and 50.
Numbers generated are 40 and 50.
Okay, got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now if I use /n, the remaining statements will be printed on the next line. So this printf is something that will be slightly complicated in the initially, but if you are like the same string, if I want to print it in a regular format, in a regular way, numbers generated are 40 and 50. You got the point? If you do not want to use any printf statement, clear? Now you understood without any printf statement, without any percentage d, if you blindly want to run with plus symbols, this is how we do it. Is this clear?
Can
It
you
also,
run this statement and show, Rahul? The latest one which you have typed. The latest statement you have typed, right? For plus 40, then
plus
plus
50.
symbol, then plus 50. Ah, yes. Can you run the statement and so?
Yes, it's the same statement.
What will happen if we use percentile D in println?
It will not process it. Percentage d, it's not percentile, it's percentage d.
Why we are using plus symbol before the number and why it's not displaying? Like, I'm not clear with this concept.
So why we are not clear with this? Sanjay, you are not clear, right?
Yes, I'm not clear.
So what did we discuss at the start? You understood this plus symbol, why we are using it here?
Yeah, at the top you have written some state. Okay.
Plus symbol is used as a joining operator between a number and a string, correct?
Yeah.
So this plus symbol is not acting like a addition operation. It is acting like a joining operation, correct? And if you see
Yes.
here, I have used one more joining operation here. You understood this point, line number 29? Sanjay, I'm asking
Yeah.
you understood this line number
Yes.
2?
Yes.
So what is the change I'm
Yes.
pulling
I
out here?
understand.
What is the change I'm doing here is now you understood when I want to pass a single integer. Now, after this integer, if I want to continue my statement, like after this integer value, I want to still print I want to continue my statement. So I can use one more plus whatever statement you want to execute, you can put it in inverted commas. You got the point? There is no rule that after this integer, I should not write any program, right? I can still continue my statement by using another plus symbol and continue writing my string statement. Is this clear? Here, this plus symbol will act as a joining operator between the integer and the number. Clear? Now it's clear for you, Sanjay?
Yeah. Yeah, it's clear, Rahul. One more doubt here is like, it's number, then we are putting that in the inverted commas.
It's not see, only for words or sentences we put in inverted commas.
Okay.
Only for now, any words or any sentences only we put in inverted commas.
But then here plus 40 you have put any inverted commas.
I have not put any inverted commas. You see here? Have I put any inverted commas here? I just put the value of 40 between two plus symbols. I'm sandwiching the value of 40 between two plus symbols. Double inverted commas are applicable only for sentences and words. Remember this thing. Apart from that, you cannot use double equal to anywhere. Double inverted commas anywhere. Clear?
So in the last statement, the double is used for and, right? Not
Yes, double
the
is used for
number.
and.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Got it, Rahul.
Any doubts again, Sanja, before I go further?
So
No,
in
no,
the
it's
first,
fine.
Rahul, in the
One.
Here, why the error message printed before that printf?
Yes, that is what is happening here. The thing here is again between printf and println there might be some ordering again. I'll have to check the documentation again when you use printf how the behavior is. Just give me a moment. Okay, when you use printf, it is not following this order. Let me go through the official documentation of this printf and I'll get back to you on this. Okay.
Okay, yeah, fine.
and
Yeah.
Rahul, in the previous statement, like printf, if you use only 1%d, then it will display only 40 number.
Yeah, if you use only 1%, it will display only number 40.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
I was asking about like we have printf and println, and earlier only one of them was executed. Now it's 20.
One second. Yeah, tell me.
No, now I'm good. My doubt was cleared when you executed that.
Okay, good. Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts, guys? So there is one conclusion I wanted to give you why this println message is printing after the error messages. The reason behind it is what happens with printf now? After executing this print statement, it actually needs to go to the next line, correct? When I put /n, it needs to go to the next line. Yes or no? So what is happening here? When I keep on adding this escape characters, whatever escape characters are there in printf, it will be executed after the error message. But what is the understanding that we have here is whatever escape characters are used, it is executed, it is implemented after printing all the error messages. Clear? The problem occurs when you start printf and print a system.err.println. When you use the combination of printf and system.err.println, that is where we will have a slight complexity in understanding this thing, because when you use some escape characters, this escape character will be executed after printing all the err print statements. Now, if you observe here, the moment I say /n, it is going after all the error messages are printed, then it is executing the system.out.println statement. Got the point? If there are no error messages, this will behave like a regular thing. But what is happening with printf is that any escape characters like /n, in this case it's /n, it is printing in the, it will print in the next line after executing all the error messages. Now, if I put /t, what will happen? If I use /t, you will not feel much of a change because ultimately they are printing in the same line. But the problem occurs when you use /n. So what we'll do here, whenever /n is used in a printf statement, it will move to the next line printing all the error messages, if any. Here, this is the typical case with printf, because printf is a legacy library. First of all, printf is a legacy library. It is not part of the latest version of Java. It was part of the JDK 1 only. Of course, println and err.println is part of JDK 1, but they kept on enhancing. But printf is somewhat like a legacy library. If you observe here.
Hi, Rahul.
Yeah. Hi.
What is the difference between system.err error.println and system.error.printf.
System.out.printf.
System.error.printf, system.error.println.
Wait a minute. System, do we have that? See, the same thing again. If you want to print any error message, like what is it? What did you understand by system.out.printf? What did you understand by system.printf? If you want to
will go to the-
parameterize any
yeah.
arguments, we pass it in the form of a %d,
Percentage,
%f, so as to avoid using this plus symbols. Like if you are new to Java and if you want to use any plus symbol as a joining operator, you might be confused here. So in order to avoid those confusions, you can use this %d. Like at this position, I want a number. If I use %s, at that position, I want us to have a string. If I want to use %f, I want to have a float value. You got the point, Pratibha?
Yes, yes.
The same behavior is applicable for the error message. Got it? The behavior is same, but the only thing is different operations. Clear? All good?
Yes.
But the problem is whenever you use printf with the regular statements, the pattern of printing the statements will keep on varying. That is one thing for sure. How the pattern is being taken and all, I'll have to go through some official documentations and I'll get back to you. Because this printf will disturb the order of how it needs to print the statements. Like when you use system.out.printf in combination with system.err.println, or when you use system.err.printf in combination with system.printf, the way it will be printed, it will be slightly different. So let me check that official documentation and get back to you instead of giving you some half-cooked statements. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
Is this clear, everyone? What are the different print statements that we have in Java?
The printf, if you are not using the escape character, then
See, when I start using printf, what is happening is it is not following the order that is defined by Java compiler. So whatever, like what is happening when you use printf now, it will be executed in the sequential order. It will not worry about, okay, when I'm using system.println, first all the print out statements, out.println statements should be printed, followed by all the err.println statements should be printed. It is not following any such order. What is happening here is the moment I say system.err.printf, it is printing the error message. Now, the moment I say system.printf, it is printing the message after the err message. That means what? This printf is not following any format here. It will print the message as per the given sequential order. You got the point?
okay.
The problem with the printf is it is not following any pattern or any algorithm. The printf behavior is such a way that in whatever order you have written, I will print in the same order only. I will not worry about whatever algorithm you define. You got
The
the point?
sequence, like, yeah, in sequence 35 followed by 40 statement.
35 followed by 40. Now, if you write the code like this, it has some pattern. Like first, all the out.println messages will be executed, then followed by err.println messages. The moment you start using printf statements, it will not follow any pattern. It will execute as per the given sequence.
Okay.
Printf statements will not check for any order like first out.printf statements needs to be executed first, or system.err.printf statements needs to be executed last. It will follow printf statements will follow the sequential order of execution. They do not rely on the algorithms that have been defined for err.println and out.println statements. It will follow the sequential order of execution. Clear? That is why I told you this is a legacy class and it behaves slightly different. Okay. Okay, guys, just give me a moment on this. I'll have to check this statement once again because this printf is behaving very weird. So just give me time till tomorrow. I'll clarify the statement about printf because it's behaving very weirdly. I'll get back to you on this. Okay.
Yeah, in the above statement, right? Can you uncomment the system.out.printf numbers?
See, that is the thing.
generated by-
Whenever I use printf, you got the
No,
point.
the 40, right? Statement like 40, you uncomment and execute 40.
40
Yep.
is uncommon. Okay. See, that is the thing. Whenever printf is following some pattern, I'm unable to follow what is the pattern followed and why that pattern is.
Yeah, because here the last one, right? Numbers generated are 40 and print ln statement. Actually, the error will be the last statement, right?
Yes. All error message should be at the last statement as per the algorithm. But when we are using printf, like see, what is the pattern I'm doing? I'm using printf system.err.printf. I'm using system.out.printf, followed by I'm using one more println statement. In this pattern, the code is not working as expected. Got it?
Okay, so the print ln it's not following. So
The println
the
it is
last
not
statement.
following.
Mhm.
See, again, what happens is like if I remove this slash n, everything will fall in line. The moment I use slash n, you got the point? The
Yeah.
moment I use slash in any print statement, it is going to the next line. So this is some pattern that is new. We are observing it. I'm also observing for the first time because I don't use printf with a escape character, but this is something even new for me. Let me have a check with the Java official documentation and the compiler why this is behaving weirdly. Okay. The use case is only when you start using slash and only it will start behaving weirdly. Clear? I hope my point is clear. Forget about all the other statements. The problem is when I use any escape character with a printf statement, when I'm using slash n with a printf statement, it is behaving a bit weird. So let me check on this. Clear? That's the only thing.
Okay.
I have to have a look at it.
Okay, Rahul, clear.
Only when we are using slash n as the escape character, that is when I'm facing a trouble. Okay. So sorry guys, I couldn't clarify this out because this is something like a border scenario. You'll have to check this. Variable. So what do you mean by a variable? Variable is nothing but a temporary storage of value. Like how we store the water in a reservoir for a temporary amount of time. How do we store the water in a well for a temporary amount of time? Similarly, variable is nothing but temporary storage of values. The scope of the variable is during the start of the execution and during the end of the is between the start and end of the execution. This is clear? Any doubt so far? After the program execution is completed, then the variables will be destroyed. Clear? Any doubts, everyone? When I say temporary storage of value, the supporting statement is the scope of the variable is between the start and end of the executions. Once the program execution is completed, the variables will be destroyed forever. Clear? So before we understand the syntax of a variable or something like that, let's understand the rules to be followed to declare the variable name. Okay, what are the rules to be followed? It should start with a small letter. It should follow camel case sensitivity. It should not start with a number or special character. Okay, it should not contain any white spaces between the variable names except underscore. Got it? Any white spaces between the variable names except underscore. You can use underscore as a replacement between white spaces. Like, since you cannot provide white spaces between the variable name, instead of a white space, use underscore. Alternatively, use underscore symbol to separate the words. What is the fifth statement? It should not be a reserved keyword in Java. So in Java, we have total 55 keywords in Java. Java keywords. So if you see here, I have a list of 53 keywords in Java. So you should not use these words as part of your variable names. Clear? Any doubts, guys, so far? All good? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yes, Rahul.
I hope now everyone is clear so far. If everyone is clear, can we go ahead? Now, what is the syntax of declaring a variable? Data type followed by variable name. So always understand Java is a statically typed programming language. What do you mean by statically typed programming language? A variable name is always associated with some data types. If you go for Python, JavaScript, and all, they are dynamically typed languages. That means you need not associate your variable with some data types. Okay. Even C++ is also statically typed programming language. So what are the different data types that we have in Java? One is primitive data type. One is non-primitive data types. See, in order to give an analogy of what is primitive and non-primitive data types, the English alphabets that we have, those form as a primitive data types. The sentences that we form based on the English alphabets, those are all non-primitive data types. The numbers from 0 to 9 stand as a primitive numbers. The numbers 10, 11, 12, so on up till infinity stands as a non-primitive numbers. Is this clear? Any doubts so far?
Can you once again repeat the difference
Yeah.
between the primitive and non-primitive?
Like you have English alphabets, like when you're a child, you first start with English alphabets, right? When you're in nursery or LKG. After learning the English alphabets, only when you go to first or second class, you start writing your sentences, right? So learning the alphabets is called as a primitive data type, because if you don't know alphabet, how can you form the sentences? The same thing here. Clear?
It's
Is this
clear,
clear, everyone?
little bit.
Okay, let me explain it to you again in a different example. So you have numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Sanjay? These are the numbers that you have, right?
Yes, Rahul. Mm.
So can a number 10 be found without using 0, 1, 0, 1? A number 10 can be found without using 0 and 1, Sanjay?
It can be.
It can be found using 0, without using 0 and 1. Can you form a number 10?
No.
Okay. Without using
Okay.
without using 1 and 3, can you form a number 13?
No,
That's it. That is the
we
difference
cannot
between
found.
primitive and non-primitive data types. Primitive data types are like a fundamental or a building blocks. In to be more precise in a real-time world, degree is your primitive data type. Nowadays, without degree, will you get a job? So degree is like a primitive data type. Non-primitive data types is post that, the post graduation or the job or your business, whatever it is. Those are all called as the non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types. But the fundamental thing is without any UG degree, you are not recognized as a degree holder, right? Anywhere. Yes or no, Sanjay?
Yes.
Now the examples are clear enough for you. What is primitive? What is non-primitive?
Yeah, I got it.
So in Java, what are those building blocks? Like how we discussed about numbers, alphabets, like a degree holder as a building block. What are the building blocks in Java? Int, char, boolean, float, double, byte, short, long. Is this clear? Any doubts so far?
Clear, Rahul.
Non-primitive data types will be string, array, class, interface, list, etc. So there is an infinity list of non-primitive data types. There is no limit on that. I hope I'm clear so far. Any doubts, guys? All good?
Yeah, so the rules, right? In the rules number third, so if it is
Sorry?
mentioned, the rule number third for variable
Hmm.
should not start with number or special character.
Hmm.
So in the primitive data types,
It's
we
not
have
variable name I'm yet to
yes.
start declaring. This is all data types only.
Oh, okay, got it.
So now if I want to declare a variable name, I'll say int 3. So this is not allowed. This is a compilation error. Got it? I hope I am clear so far. Yes, I'm clear now.
Yes, clear.
Okay. I can declare the variable like this. A1 is allowed, but the numeric character is not allowed. Char B2, Boolean C3, float D4. Clear? Any doubts? How do we declare a variable name? So when I say a Boolean value accepts only true or false. When I say it's a character, accepts only single value like small a or capital T or any one special character or a single number or any white space. Any of these examples will classify under a character. Clear? I just will accept only a single value like small letter, capital letter, a special character, or a numeric value, or a white space. Any of the above examples will constitute as a character. When I say a byte accepts a range of values from -128 to 127. When I say short, accepts a range of values from -32,768 to 32,767. So accepts a range of values from -2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. Accepts a range of values from -2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Accepts up to 5 significant digits after the decimal point. How many of you know what is a significant digit? After the decimal point, like 1.23456. These decimal digit, these numbers after the decimal point are known as significant digits. Is this clear, everyone? What do you mean by significant digits? The value that is present after the decimal point. How many digits it can accept? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A maximum of 5 significant digits can be accepted after the decimal point. Now for a double, it will be like 15. No, it's not 15, it's 16. Clear? Is this clear, everyone? What do you mean by significant digits after the decimal point?
So we need to
Yes.
learn these values.
No need to learn. You need to understand what are a range of values it can accept.
Need to remember for interview purpose.
It's not from an interview point. The thing is that when you work with any concepts, like when you know that when your value falls between, like whatever value you're declaring, it is falling between this range, na, you can go for a byte or a short. For an interview, they might not ask you the ranges, but they might ask you in such a way that, like, this is the number I have. In which data type would you like to store? Like just like a beginner friendly question. It's like basically a first round question to check for which value, which data type you will gonna recommend. Like that they will look after. Because when you deal some values in nanoseconds, you cannot go for an integer, right? You should go for a long value. So you need to have an understanding for which value. Like if it's a number like 10, 20, 30 or something, you can go for a byte. That's fine. But if it's a number is like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 or something like that, you need to have a basic understanding like for what kind of a value, what data type I have to use. Suppose if you're using a value that is, we are dealing with nanoseconds or some light years or something like that, you should know that integer is not a right data type. You should go for a long value. You got the understanding why we are explaining along with some different ranges?
Sometimes I find programs like integer a equal to 550.
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Could you tell me again?
Sometimes I saw in program like integer a equal 50, 60. We
We can
write.
declare those also.
Yeah.
We can declare those also. But sometimes what happens is, I can declare the same 50 value in byte. I can declare the same 50 value in short. So it all depends on what kind of a number you get. So what is happening here from our childhood days, from our programming days, what we say int a1 equal to 10, something we have learned. But the problem is when you have a smaller data type which can handle that value, what will be our preference? We obviously go for a smaller data type. Why? Because I'll tell you one more reason why. Because we have to understand the memory, how much memory it occupies. So a Boolean occupies only one bit of memory. Because sometimes when we write any program in now, we need to understand how much memory it occupies internally. And second thing is that integer is not the only data type when you want to declare a number. There is also another value called as long. Especially when we deal with timestamps, any time zones or any time in milliseconds or nanoseconds, Long is the data type. Integer is never gonna be your data type. At least you need to know what value, where in which data type you should put which data. Like if I give you some number, in which data type you need to put. For that only I'm giving you all the ranges, all the explanation and all. And from a memory perspective also, character occupies 2 bytes of memory. Byte occupies 1 byte of memory. Whereas if you declare a value in the integer, it occupies 4 bytes of memory. Now we understood the point here. And obviously the memory, if our responsibility as a coder is to avoid any memory leakage, and always we aim for efficient memory allocation. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
When you go for a short, again it occupies 2 bytes of memory. Occupies 8 bytes of memory for a long. When you go for a float, occupies 4 bytes of memory. Occupies 8 bytes of memory again. Clear everyone? Whatever variables have declared, it will occupy when during the execution time, it will allocate 4 bytes of memory in the heap. It will allocate 2 bytes of memory in the runtime. It will allocate 4 bytes of memory for this float. It will allocate 8 bytes of memory for this double. So all these things will happen internally. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Initializing the variable. Let's say A1 equal to 300, C3 equal to false. Whenever we are using a float variable, we have to put f at the end of the number so as to understand whether this is a normal double value or a float value. We use the letter f to have an understanding whether this is a normal double value or a float value. Clear? Any doubts? So sometimes what we do when we declare a decimal value, compiler sometimes get confused whether I have to take as a double value or a float value. The moment you use the letter f at the end of this value, it will understand that, okay, I'm using a float value here. I'm not using a double value. F6 will be like minus 42. G7 will be 10,000. H8 will be, whenever we are using a long variable, you have to put a letter L at the end of the number. If you are not using any letter L at the end of the number, it will not understand as a long value. It will understand as an integer value. Got it? Got it, everyone?
Yes, Rahul, just a doubt here. The letter L, it can be a small or capital.
No, it's capital. It should be capital L only. Small L cannot be used.
Oh,
It's
so
not
for
case
the
sensitive.
float, we have to write small f.
Yes, yes. There's
Okay,
no
all
case
these we
sensitivity
need
here.
to like all these are case sensitive. Oh
Sorry?
no, if we will write a small, then it will not be considered a like true value,
Not a normal
correct
value.
value. Okay,
Okay. It gives a warning again.
got it.
Okay. If you want to print the values, you can print the values like this. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? How do we print the values of the variables? You can also use the variables as part of the print statements. That should not be any problem going further. Right. I hope everyone is clear with the variable declaration and variable initialization and all.
Yes, clear.
Now, if everyone is clear, then we will continue our discussion of variables by using different arithmetic operations, and we will have a discussion tomorrow regarding that, and we will start with the concept of strings tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
Strings is a very important concept. Without that, we cannot do automation at all. Now, forget automation, we cannot go ahead if you don't understand strings. That important it is. Strings are very important. It's like a bread and butter for every person who is learning Java. Clear? Any doubts so far?
No, as of now.
Yeah, hi Rahul.
Yeah.
Can you make a bit clear the printf with error and printf
See,
without?
that is the border scenario. What is the border scenario that we have now? The border scenario is that the moment I use slash in a printf statement, is that time only, at that time only we are facing a challenge. In a regular situation, we are not facing the issue. Only when I use slash n in a printf statement only, that is the time where we are facing the challenge here. You got the point?
Okay. Okay, but when I tried in my system, I could see that all the things were getting printed first, and after this, error messages are getting printed.
You use slash n,
Yes, slash and also I've used.
you just see the order of execution that I have given. You see here, first I have given error message, then I use printf.
Yeah, I have given this. Yeah, maybe we'll try it again and we'll get back to you tomorrow.
Yeah. This is like a border scenario. This scenario doesn't come on a regular basis. This is like a border scenario.
Okay.
Edge scenarios you haven't we say in testing, right? This one,
Generally, if the slash and if we are not using, this printfs will get printed before the error messages only,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You see now. Okay, wait. Now we found one more scenario. Like if I use system.err.printf and if I use system.out.printf, the order is being changed. Give me a moment. Okay, there is one more edge scenario that we have to focus. The moment I say printf now, system.err.printf, the program is executing in a different manner. So this is an edge scenario, Pratibha. I will have to figure this out. It is behaving weird. Just give me some time.
Yeah.
Only slash and see. The real time is if I use slash and only, the behavior
Yeah.
is changing abruptly. If I use
Yes.
slash t,
Yeah, it
okay,
is a similar. Yeah.
okay. The moment I use slash and only, the behavior is changing weirdly. This is like a edge scenario. So
Okay.
let me have a look at this Java documentations and see what is the issue here.
Okay.
We never encounter this scenarios. Like if you give me 100 times, 99 times we will never encounter this scenario. Only out of that, there is one edge scenario, right? This is one edge scenario where it is behaving very weird. So let me have a look at it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Cool then.
So, Rahul, where I can get this recordings?
You'll be getting the recordings in if you're part of the group. The YouTube playlist will be shared, right? In the group, just it'll be there.
In the
Right?
WhatsApp?
Yeah.
In the WhatsApp?
Mm.
In the WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Okay. How about the classes? You work with the sample classes, right? That we won't get it, right?
I mean, as of now, as of now, I have to create a gist and share it. Tomorrow, I will share all the code files at once. That would work fine. Tomorrow, anyways,
Yeah.
I'll discuss these things. Tomorrow,
Just
I'll
additionally, yeah, other than videos, if you share those class files, what we discussed, right? We created those files as of
we'll share.
date.
Tomorrow, I'll share everything in one single shot. Like, will that work fine?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And one more last thing is like, you have the schedule, like every
This
day
topic,
what
this
class?
schedule, I don't generally follow the day-wise schedule because it depends again. Like today, I thought of finishing the variables, but unfortunately, we spend more time on print statements, figuring out more
Mm.
scenarios. So definitely, see, I have in my mind what topic to teach after what topic. That plan is there, but I don't have like a day-wise schedule documented.
Yeah, if we want to know, like since we are learning Java, say example, first time, what are the basics, first initial basics to advanced? So each day classes, say today is variable,
Well,
like you said,
I'll tell
tomorrow's.
you one thing. The topics, they follow some order. Sometimes
Mm.
what happens, if if oops concept is taking precedence over others, then I have to finish all the oops concept. Then sometimes collection. So I have an order, I follow it, but I don't document it. The reason behind it is sometimes instead of a one class, it will take two classes. So that means I'm not promising or I'm not guaranteeing you that I'll teach the same topic on that same day, right? So that is the reason we don't
Mm.
go for any documented day-wise plan because plans will keep on changing. We might cover more examples, more scenarios on the request of you guys. So going for a
Okay, but
day-wise plan would not be a ideal suggestion. You will get confused
okay.
ultimately.
Okay, but we can follow what you are doing right
Yeah,
now. So
you can follow
the
whatever I'm
order, the
doing.
basis, yeah,
Yeah,
the basis you are teaching from the like bottom to the top, like
yes.
right?
You can follow
Okay.
whatever order I'm following. That is fine. But if you ask me a day-wise documented plan, that will be like sometimes I might not take that topic. Sometimes I feel like there's more
Mm.
information you need to provide to the topic that is useful for your automation framework. So that means I'm not committing myself that I'll be teaching the same concept, right, on that particular day. That's
Mm.
the reason.
Okay, got it.
But you can follow the order
At
what I'm
least can we
following.
get
Mm.
Yeah.
Rahul, at least for tomorrow's topic, we can
I've
get
told
the
you, right?
information of
Variable
whatever
concepts
the
and strings.
topics will be discussed tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I
Okay.
told you we'll continue with variables and strings. Start with strings. That is for the next topic I told you, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
At
else
least
I
this
can do
much
is,
information.
what I can do is
Mhm.
in the next class, what I'll be discussing, I'll give you that information. I can help you with that much.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
got it.
great. Thank you.
So, okay then, guys. Any more doubts, any queries? If you have nothing, then we can drop for the day.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rahul.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Rahul,
Yeah,
sir,
Monica.
sir, like system.out.println is mainly for printing the statement in console, and print error statement is like error printing message. But what is the use of printf is mainly?
The use of printf, I'll tell you, Monica. See, you're new to Java, and sometimes you cannot understand how to put the values using a plus operated symbol like this. You got the point, Monica? If you are confused where to use the plus symbol, like after this inverted comma, I have to use a plus symbol, then again I have to use a plus symbol, then again I have to put a string, then again I have to use a plus symbol. Sometimes if you are confused where to put this exactly the plus symbol, you can go for this printf statements. Got it? You need not worry about where do I use the plus symbol or something like that. You got the point, Monica? Have I used any plus symbol here? Nothing, right? I just use percentage %d and percentage %d and percentage %d. That means numbers generated are 40 and 50 and 60. You got the point? This is an alternative way of using this line number 41. Nothing much, nothing beyond that. Got it?
But mostly we will use like operating joint operator, right?
We'll be using most like a joint operator, but this is an unexplored territory in printf statement. If you want to make your lives easy, if you're confused where to use plus symbol or something like that, you can go for a printf statement. Like, since you have discussed this point, I'll explain you one more feature. in the latest version of Java, there is one more print feature that we have. Okay. If you see in the latest versions of Java now, I will not use this plus symbol in the print statement. I'll be say numbers generated are so there is a preview statement. Like I'll give you the syntax, you'll understand this better. str dot numbers generated is you got the point. In the latest versions of Java, you need not use any printf or any join statement. You can directly use this thing. Clear?
This is a new
Monica, are you
pattern.
there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. So if you go with the latest versions of Java, the print statements, because it's a preview feature. Preview feature means what? This feature is just under review. They have not yet released officially. In Java, we have a couple of features, something like the original features and the preview features. When you say something as a preview feature, they will just release it as like a dev for demo purpose to understand how the people are using it properly or not, whether it is helping them or not. If it is working out for them, then they will make this change as a permanent change in the next Java release. So like that we have one str dot. Just give me a moment. Let me change the compilers. It is present in JDK 21. Clear? What what is the concept here? Concept of string templates. If you ask me more clearly, I need not use any plus symbol. I need not use any percentage D. I can directly go with the string template concept. I'll say str dot numbers generated is so and so. Am I using any plus symbol? Am I using any percentage D? Whatever parameterized value you have, I will use a backslash followed by whatever variable I want to declare. I will put it within the curly braces. Got it? If you ask me, this is the latest. This is the most trending one that is happening. Some developers are still using this.
Yeah, that's why I learned Java before 4 years, so that's why that time I was using like plus joint operator. So
But if you ask me, this is the new trending one. And in fact, if you can see from September onwards, this will be like the common template. The whole concept of print statement might change from September onwards.
yes,
Now this is the trending one. This is the regular one. This is the outdated one. But still, I see people using this because they are very much comfortable with this escape characters. They are very much comfortable in using this. And they are very much comfortable in passing all the variables at a time. Got it? Got it, Monica? See, 4 years back we learned Java. That is fine, but the Java has changed a lot. And some people still use printf as per their understanding. For people like you who are comfortable in using this plus symbol, also they can use this. There are multiple ways. Ultimate thing what I'm trying to say is there are multiple ways for each statement. Clear?
yes. Thank you, sir.
And if you ask me which is the latest one that we use, we can use the concept of string templates. But remember that this is a preview feature. Below one is a preview feature, not a permanent feature. Clear? This feature will become final or not, we will understand in JDK 25. Is this clear? Any doubts
Yes, sir.
before wrapping up?
Yes, sir. And so one thing more, if printf is coming first, if println is coming first, it is the very important thing. A general basic.
Yes, see, whenever I'm using multiple combinations here. I'm using err.printf, I'm using out.printf. When I'm using these combinations, somehow we are not getting the desired output. Why we are not getting the desired output is something I have to check. Okay. In the order in which it executes also is a matter for us. Because if suddenly the order of execution changes, then that's something we have to worry. Either our understanding is not clear, our understanding is really bad, or our, what do you call, we are not unable to understand how the compiler is executing. So just give me some time. This is a border scenario. Again, if you use /t, it will work properly.
In the same line, yeah.
In the same line, it will go. But the problem is, the moment I start using system.err.printf, this is taking precedence. So there is some ambiguity happening here in this 3 lines. So I just need to check the Java documentations and I'll clear all these 3 lines. Okay. Because we have not tried using this kind of statements, right, in practice. Yes or no?
Actually, that time I was using only println, so that's why I'm confusing. It is really important because I didn't use printf.
See,
I only
sometimes developers go with printf also. Sometimes if you see from a developer perspective, they go with printf also. Not only println, they go with printf also. Because the ease that it offers, it's a legacy print statement, and the ease it offers, %d and %c. I do not remember where do I need to use the plus symbol. This is an alternate statement, and this will come in handy. You will never know which will come in handy. I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Finally, it's gone with the use of like plus D. Yeah.
Yeah, plus is also
Multiple
fine.
is,
Plus is
yeah.
also fine, but learning more combinations, learning more new functions. See, like today we got a border scenario. So understanding these kind of things will make us clear like how the compiler is actually processing the things. Because we are talking about printers, it's a legacy class. Println is something they keep on upgrading internally. And now we have another new print statement. So what happens when we use this legacy print statement versus what happens when we use the regular print statements? What happens when we use the latest print statements? See, print is something that is most important and most important fundamental for any programming language. If you understand it as deep as you can, that is always beneficial. Because
Yes, sir.
going further, when I go with strings, when I go with constructors, when I go with oops, there the concepts that we teach is so huge, so deep that you will be on par with a developer of understanding what is that. Okay. So instead of telling you a basic println statement, I thought like let me explore the full depth of print statement so that I'll be in a position to give you more knowledge. That is the thing. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will try my best to learn
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
so much.
Monica. Bye bye.
Bye.